difference?
Well, the whole trend of broadcasting has changed a lot, and it's not just because of the economy. The economy helped fuel it, but we began developing smaller format products for the studio as well as for ENG quite a few years ago, and we saw that the direction would be changing. We wanted to be prepared for that, and that's why we developed our ProHD line. We happened to use 1/3 inch chip cameras because it allowed us to build a reasonably affordable camera that is in a different form factor. It's what we call compact shoulder. It's easier to carry around. We didn't think that people are going to want to be carrying those monsters around forever, and they don't. It's the right size. It's not too small. It's not a handheld bowling ball that you stick out in front of you.
Right.
People like the form factor, and we anticipated that. This was before the economic recession hit, and broadcasters were beginning to see that and spec those products in. The other thing that affected that is, of course, the need to move to high definition, where we had broadcasters who had said, well, we're going to hang on to SD for 5 years, there's no reason to change. All of a sudden, they had to move faster than they thought they would because of competitive necessity, because the sales of consumer TV sets was much more rapid than anybody had anticipated. So consequently, the move to HD, the very rapid move, meant that they couldn't wait for their SD equipment to amortize, and they had to move quickly into HD. And they took a look at our products and said, by golly, this works. This is great, and it does the job. So we were able to move into studios first, and then, of course, into the field secondly with ENG. When you talk about a business, particularly a news operation in a TV station, you always have limited budgets, and the networks do too, I might add. And you have to look at what's going to produce better news, more news, and produce it affordably. And there's a lot of changes that are taking place with respect to staffing and respect to how many people you can put in the field. And the days of, and we saw this early on, the days of the $30,000 ENG camcorder or the $100,000 studio camera, they're not around. They were not going to come back. And it didn't take a recession to see that. It's just the technology, the move to HD, and the general changes in the way people shoot and acquire news called for a new type of product and a new method of moving in, and we just happen to have the right product.